guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the garage. Well, not the garage, we're in the 3500. So we are actually heading up to a local shop. I've actually never dealt with them before. It's Drew Moore Automotive and Truck Repair. They're gonna do our quick relearn for us. I got home from work today, started warming the truck up, and started calling around to see if I could find somebody to do the quick relearn. Well, Friday, late in the day, needless to say, I really didn't get much response. A lot of people were already getting out of the shops and all, but this guy up at Drew Moore said, hey, call me back in a half hour and maybe we'll be able to fit you in. So we're driving 3500. It doesn't feel bad. I'm just babying it over there. Not that we're gonna unleash hell with this thing or anything, but the first thing I'm noticing is the I don't know if you guys can see that, the windshield is awful crappy looking. To turn the defrost on, I'm sure it'll help. But also the truck doesn't ride that bad, probably due to the long wheelbase. Definitely going out the driveway, the race truck felt a lot stiffer. I don't know if it's difference in tires or what, but definitely felt better than that going down the driveway. So we'll get up to Drew Moore here. I don't know if the guy's going to be okay with me trying to put him on camera or anything like that, but yeah, we're gonna just get the relearn done, drive the truck around, and see what we got going on. That's all. Little test drive, you know. Battery's dying. So guys, got our trans relearn done. I shot a little video with my phone. I don't know how it came out because the battery for the GoPro, when I was pulling in the driveway there, just went dead, or went to low battery, I should say. So the battery on the GoPro was dead, couldn't do none of that, but really there was nothing to see. Basically, the guy put his, Earl is the guy's name, Earl hooked his snap-on scanner up. You know, it read the VIN of the truck. We went into whatever mode it is, did the trans relearn, and what it would do is it would tell you put it in drive, put it in neutral, you know, and then it would say, you know, put it in drive to initiate the trans relearn, and then it would rev up. He put it in drive, and you could feel the thing clunking around. Also, foot on the brake and the emergency brake set, but you could feel it clunking around, moving all over the place. So all it's doing is checking clearances of clutch packs, checking pressures, checking all that kind of stuff to see that it's good, and reset the computer. And so our trans relearn's done. So I came right back home so we can pick this up tomorrow. We're just going to test out the truck a little bit, make sure it runs and drives. So that was really like a 5-mile trek there, 5-mile trek back. Just putting the whole way there, especially. Well, I putted it the whole way home too. It's all back roads. But really, we need some driving to get this thing under our belt. So we will pick that up tomorrow. Alright guys, so it is the following day. All I really did was drive the truck back from Earl's up at Drew Moore Auto and Truck. Definitely a great guy to deal with. He was very nice, fit me in there at the last minute. I don't know anything about the shop really. It's the first time I've dealt with him, and all I can say is he seems like the kind of guy I'd trust to do the inspection on my trucks. and maybe I'll use him for that in the future. I don't know. He did say he does not do much of the newer diesel stuff. Most of us diesel guys tend to work on our own stuff, exactly what he said. But definitely would recommend him for inspections and all. I think he's probably a pretty honest guy. At least that's the vibe I got. So we got the 3500 warming up, got the high idle going. It's only 34 degrees today. It was 32 yesterday. So we're actually going to take the truck out on a little test drive, see how it drives. Really, I had about 10 minutes of driving the truck yesterday. So we're going to see how it feels, how the steering feels, all that kind of good stuff. Also, we'll be working on our relearn procedure for our transmission. So we're not going to do anything too crazy. So yeah, let's get to running this pig around a little bit. All right, guys, so we've been driving the truck for a little bit. I actually reset the trip meter when we did our relearn last night, so we got 39 miles on it, so we got all but 40 miles on it. So the truck drives nice. Honestly, I don't know what I was expecting. I guess being a 3500, I was expecting a rougher ride, but I would say it rides equivalent to what Caitlin does. If anything, it might ride even a little better. Steering wise, it's tight. If anything, I think this steers better than Caitlin does. Now, Caitlin does need ball joints, which are on the way, have been for a while, which we'll get into at a later date, but it definitely feels tight. It doesn't feel loose at all. Yeah, felt good. Now, driving the truck, I really didn't get over, like, say, 20% throttle because I really want that relearn to be done well. But, yeah, the truck drives very nicely. I'm very happy with it. I would have no qualms about driving this thing anywhere. And in fact, when we get to the ball joints that I was talking about with Caitlin, this will probably be what we drive. Guys, I forgot to say this while I was out there. When I was driving the truck, like I said, we only have like 39 miles since the relearn. The first few times it was shifting through the gears, because they tell you to do a lot of like city driving, so I'd stop and start because I don't live in the city or near one. But the first couple times it shifted, I want to say it was like a 3-4 shift, it definitely felt weird. Just didn't feel right. But now that we have a few shifts under, it's about, I want to say like 20-25 miles, it felt good. Everything felt right. So I guess that relearn really is doing what it's supposed to, and the truck is still learning about the transmission. So just a little something I wanted you guys to know in case you ever do this. If it feels a little weird, especially like 1 or 2 shift points, wait till you get after that like 25 or 35 mile range and see what you think then. Now, that being said, the heater does make a very funny noise, like it's got a wore out bearing or something. Which I don't know if the GoPro really picked that up, but yeah, it just definitely has a noise to it. Like the fan in Caitlin's truck doesn't make any noise whatsoever. Now, that being said, the fan in the race truck actually made a similar noise. So I think it's just wore out, that's all. It probably needs replaced. I don't know that I'm going to get into it. I'm very happy with the truck so far. Very impressed for what we paid for it. Yes, it had a broken transmission. It is a work truck. I mean, certainly our body has seen some better days. Really, this thing could use a whole new box rather than repairing it. because this side's kind of trashed. Tailgate is a little worse for wear, and we have this little dent on the side. But other than that, it is a very functional truck. I haven't tried the four-wheel drive yet. We'll have to try that here in a minute just to make sure that works. But so far, very impressed for 250,000 miles. Now, a lot of you guys in the comments were saying in the first video with this truck, or I guess it would be the second video, 250,000 miles, that's nothing for these Cummins engines and all that. I agree. These engines can seemingly run forever with very little maintenance. Do your oil changes, do your valve lash. Usually they just work. So without adding a bunch of power, you start adding power, shit can happen. But anyhow, you got to remember the rest of the truck has 250,000 miles on it. So steering, ball joints, tie rods, axle seals, your differentials, your transfer case. Not that transfer cases in these things seem unbreakable, even though ours has a reman sticker on it. U-joints, your body, all that kind of stuff has 250,000 miles on it. So when you're buying a higher mileage truck, yes, the engine, that 6.7 or 5.9 Cummins diesel may be seemingly bulletproof, but the rest of the truck has wear. It has miles. You're gonna replace these parts. Brakes, drums, rotors, disc. I don't know why I started with drums. There's not a drum on this truck, but you get my point. It's all that little incidental stuff that adds up over time, and that's what buying any older high mileage vehicle, that's what you're going to see. So yes, the engine, 250,000 miles, it's just broken in, as everybody always seems to say. Yeah, but the Dodge Ram around it, and yes, I consider this still to be a Dodge. I hate the whole Ram branding thing, but the whole Ram truck, if you will, has 250,000 miles on it, and that's a lot of miles. That's a lot of runtime. That's a lot of wear and tear. But other than our body and our little fan issue, so far I think ours is in pretty good shape. We were talking about all the features and all of the truck. Something we should try out is our transfer case. See if four-wheel drive works. Oh yeah, she's shimmying. Yep. 4 high works. I'm sure 4 low does, but why not? Oh yeah. Yep. 4 low works. Oh, neutral. Yeah. Windows all work. All our windows work. Our 4-wheel drive works, both high and low. This thing's pretty solid. I mean, if it had some better body panels on it, this thing would be a real winner. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Our little transmission saga for the 3500 is done. Yeah, we'll do a couple little odds and ends now. When we did our transmission relearn last night, Earl happened to break the parking brake lever off. Now, it's not Earl's fault up there at Drewmore. It was already kind of half messed up, if you guys remember that first video and it coming off the trailer, which I blame that. It was actually my fault for not, you know, applying it hard enough. But anyway, the handle actually broke off in his hand last night when he got done doing a relearn. He kind of like, I said, no, it was already messed up. But we have one, so we'll replace that and a couple little things here and there. But other than that, this thing's ready to go. So I hope you guys have been enjoying this little build series, getting this thing back on the road. I know I have enjoyed where we got to with the truck. I didn't enjoy doing this in the driveway in the snow and all that shit. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel. Also, put a shout out down below if you like my camouflage jacket. This thing is very warm. Bob got it for me for Christmas, so give Bob a shout and tell him what you think about the jacket. So anyway, guys, it's enough rambling on about this thing. I'll see you guys in the next one. Get out in your garage, get the wrench in on your truck. let me get out here for a second. If you look at the marks on the road here, somebody's been doing quite a bit of hooning in this big empty parking lot. Yeah, a lot of donut marks. We're certainly probably gonna have to come back here and maybe experiment ourselves.